Last year, I made a video about my own RBMK nuclear reactor graphite moderator block. Since April 26 marks the 40th anniversary of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to take advantage of a terrible tragedy and generate some views. After all, 70,000 of you watched my previous graphite block video, so maybe this upgraded version will also take off. So, ever since I learned what I actually have in my possession and the history behind this object, it has grown very close to my heart. That's how the idea came to model my graphite block. Since I got a 3D printer, I'm going to use that for the task. Maybe I'll turn it into a keychain so it can always be with me. In my opinion, if an object like this doesn't bring luck, then nothing will. And I could really use some luck because 2 years ago I quit my job to become a full-time YouTuber, and so far it really hasn't worked out. So subscribe, like, and do all the other annoying stuff YouTubers usually ask for. Or even better, start some kind of comment war in the comment section. Thanks in advance. My poor graphite block weighs exactly 50 kilograms, and I'm sure it was designed by someone with OCD because the outer dimensions are surprisingly standard. Its length is 50 centimeters, the width is 25 centimeters, and the hole in the middle is around 110 to 115 millimeters, although I couldn't measure that precisely with a tape measure. The top edge is 180 millimeters, and the groove at the bottom is 190 millimeters. It's basically a giant Lego. If this video reaches 100,000 views, I will design, copy, and print a fully realistic, properly scaled Chernobyl reactor model. Although I assume this would take several hundred hours of work and, in the best case, bring in 50,000 views and about $50 in profit. But hey, I'm making this promise with great enthusiasm. For the print, I first designed a 3D model. I went with a 1 to 10 scale ratio. That means the final size would be 2.5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Perfect for a keychain and also perfect for satisfying that 1 to 10 OCD scaling. It's not a complicated shape, but if you need the STL file, just message me and I'll send it over. Or if you want to support my channel, you can also buy the printed keychain for a symbolic price of $4 million. The first 10 customers even get premium packaging. By the way, I did find ready-made STL files online for Chernobyl graphite blocks, but they have nothing to do with the real dimensions. And since the goal here is to bring luck, it has to be 100% authentic, not some cheap imitation. Whoever designed those clearly didn't measure a real block, they just eyeballed something that looks similar. Amateurs. For printing, I used black PLA, and since my printer is quite old and slow, the whole process took almost 4 hours. At least I made a nice time-lapse video of it. I used a 0.4mm nozzle with 20% infill. The entire process took 4 hours and 2 minutes and required 14 grams of filament. At a filament price of $12 per kilogram, the total cost came out to 14.4 cents. The print is done and the result is excellent. From now on, it will hang on my keychain and work 24/7 to bring me luck. Well, except I somehow forgot the most important feature of a keychain. It needs a hole for the keyring. Redesign. I had to add a hole to it, and since the 14.4 cent filament cost is financially devastating, I reduced the dimensions by 60% in the slicer. This way, it only used 5 grams of filament, bringing the cost down to 6 cents. Now, I can finally sleep peacefully knowing my keychain is cost efficient. Now, I can sleep well because it brings me luck and holds my keys. Let's hope it works and this video gets watched by many millions of people. So subscribe, like, or if you want to support the channel in a truly extreme way, become a Patreon member, or just start a comment war. This tiny graphite block brings me luck. Maybe I won't have to go back to my old job. If it doesn't, well, at least I have a cool keychain. Jokes aside, the Chernobyl disaster was one of the most serious nuclear accidents in human history.